what you're seeing right now is an AI-generated performance used purely for demonstration. It's a glimpse into how synthetic media pipelines function. The takeaway isn't imitation, it's creative control. You're watching a synthetic reconstruction created for educational purposes.
This took 4 minutes to make. No editing software, no Premiere, no After Effects. I just typed one sentence. The rest was automatic. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to do it for yourself. And I mean exactly. Models, folder paths, workflow, all of it. Stay with me because it gets wilder.
Magic in the air, feel the static moving everywhere. Beware, we don't need them. Feet are never touching on the.
Here is the thing nobody tells you about ComfyUI. The workflows are free, the models are free, the nodes are free. But getting them to actually work together, that's where everyone quits. Wrong model version, wrong folder, missing custom nodes. You spend 3 hours on a workflow that should take 20 minutes. And I'm going to show you how to eliminate that problem completely. But first, let me show you what the full pipeline actually produces. This is an image generated from a text prompt, Flux2, locally. That is a fully animated talking portrait generated completely locally on consumer hardware. No cloud, no subscription, no editing software. And here's the part that most people do not talk about. Before I even opened ComfyUI, my AI agent had already found this workflow, tracked down every single model it needs, verified every download link, and written the complete setup guide. By the time I sat down to build this, everything was ready and waiting. Today, I'm going to show you both things. The complete workflow breakdown and the agent system that found it and documented it automatically. Stay with me because there's a lot of value packed into this video and I'm not going to waste a single second of your time. Why GGUF changes everything. If you have tried running LTX2.3 before and hit VRAM errors, this is why. The standard full precision model is 22 billion parameters. On a card with less than 24 gigabytes of VRAM, it either crashes or runs so slowly it is basically unusable. GGUF is quantization. It compresses the model weights into smaller representation. The Q4KM version of LTX2.3 runs comfortably on 12 gigabytes of VRAM. The Q8 version runs on 16 gigabytes, same model, same architecture, but a fraction of the memory requirement. The quality difference between Q4 and full precision at this resolution is genuinely difficult to spot in a Lipsync output. The motion quality and Lipsync accuracy are preserved extremely well.
To conclude, exercise is not just about staying fit or achieving aesthetic goals. It's about enhancing every facet of our health.
This is not a compromise workflow. This is the workflow most people should be running.
Here is every single model this workflow needs. Write these down or pause here. The main diffusion model. The file is called LTX2.322b distilled Q4km.gguf. Download it from Unsloth on Hugging Face. The direct link is in the workflow notes box. Place it in ComfyUI models/UNet if you want higher quality and have the VRAM. The Q80 version is also listed in the notes box. That is what I am running in this video. Model 2, the text encoder. This is Gemma 312 billion. It is the language model LTX2.3 uses to understand your prompts. The GGUF version is called Gemma 312b, ITQ-EDQ4KXL.gguf, also from Unsloth, also linked in the notes box. Place it in ComfyUI models/clip. Model 3, the text projection. LTX2.3 text projection BF16.safe tensors. Download from Kijai on Hugging Face. This also goes in ComfyUI models/clip alongside the text encoder. Model 5, the audio VAE. LTX2.3 audio VAE BF16.safe tensors. Same Kijai page, same models/VAE folder. This is separate from the video VAE. You need both. Model 6, the vocal separator. Melband Rao former FP32.safe tensors. This goes in a folder called Audio inside your ComfyUI Models directory. Create that folder if it does not exist. Model 7, Rife Frame Interpolation, Rife49.pth. This goes in ComfyUI Models/Rife. Model 8, Flash VSR Upscaler, installs through ComfyUI Manager. Search Flash VSR and install. Custom nodes install through ComfyUI Manager. You need ComfyUI GGUF. Make sure ComfyUI is on the latest nightly build. GGUF compatibility requires it. Every download link and folder path is in the workflow notes box on Patreon. Tested. Working. No hunting required.
This is Astra. She runs inside my local agentic operating system called OpenClaw. Last night, I gave her a hunting mission. Find the newest, most powerful ComfyUI workflows on the internet. Every 15 minutes, all night, while I sleep. She sent me updates every hour. New face detailer builds, fresh LTX2.3 variants, WAN 2.2 updates I hadn't seen. But here's where it gets interesting. For every workflow she found, she didn't just log the link. She hunted down every model it requires, found the direct download URLs, checked the correct folder paths, and wrote a complete working notes box. Clean, all links working. From nothing to this overnight while I did nothing. This is not a chatbot. This is an agent. Now let me show you something that genuinely surprised me. A few weeks ago I was stuck in a hospital waiting room, phone in hand, nothing else. I opened Telegram, sent Astra a message. By the time I got home, a video had been generated, a workflow had been tested, and a Patreon post had been drafted. From a waiting room, on my phone. I'm not telling you this to flex. I'm telling you this because this is what the pipeline is actually for. Not to replace creativity, to remove the friction between the idea and the output. The workflows that power this system, I dropped 4 of them on Patreon today. Every single one comes with a complete notes box. Every model link tested, every folder path correct, because Astra built them. Right now she is still hunting, still finding workflows, still building notes boxes, still logging. Tomorrow morning I will wake up to a curated list of the best new ComfyUI workflows on the internet, fully documented and ready to test. One person, one machine, no team. If you have been doing this manually, you don't have to anymore. Subscribe. The build is happening in real time. Patreon link below if you want the workflows now. Here is what people get when they try Lipsync in ComfyUI. Stuttering, drift, mouth not matching the audio, or a render that takes 20 minutes for a 10-second video. There are 2 reasons why this happens, and both of them are fixable in under 5 minutes. I will show you exactly what they are. But first, here is why this workflow is different to everything else out there. Most Lipsync workflows are running full precision models, huge VRAM requirements, slow and unforgiving. This workflow runs GGUF quantized models, same quality output, half the VRAM, twice the speed. If you have been told your GPU cannot run Lipsync, then watch this. So once you've loaded the workflow, here's what you're looking at. Image loader. Drop your portrait here. It needs to be front facing, eyes level, clean background. Mistake number 1. If the face is at an angle, the motion model loses tracking and you get drift. Your selected image must be suitable for the Lipsync animation to work properly. A square crop and a close-up is great. Your audio. Your WAV or MP3 file goes here. Make sure it's the correct format and everything else handles itself. Mistake 2. Use the MELB and RAW-former model to remove any instrument and background noise from your audio clips so the model only receives clean vocal audio. The GGUF loader. This is where the quantized model loads. You'll see it uses significantly less VRAM than standard checkpoints. This will run cleanly on a 12GB card. The video decoder and output. Your frames come out here as an MP4. Watch the generation speed compared to standard Lipsync workflows. This is the result. Clean mouth sync and natural motion, and a fast render. And that's it.
Every download link and folder path is in the workflow notes box on Patreon. Tested. Working. No hunting required.
Now here is what makes this interesting. I'm only going to use the single stage version of the LTX workflow. It's fast, efficient, and great for social content. This 2-stage version, which I'm dropping on Patreon, takes this output and runs it through an upscale and refinement pass. The difference in quality is significant. Local AI Lipsync in under 2 minutes. Runs on consumer hardware. The workflow is on Patreon now. Complete model download guide included. Every link tested. Every folder path correct. Load it and run. The 2-stage version and the full automated pipeline are coming this week.
Worlds of ice and stars of diamond, atoms as massive as suns and universes smaller than atoms. But it's also a story of our own planet and the plants and animals that share it with us. And It's a story about us.
Rhythm in the pulse, magic in the air. Feel the static moving everywhere. Beware, we don't need them. Feet are never touching on the ground. Ooh, let the bassline move you now.
So here was another generation I done. So this is a news anchor avatar of a Chinese man who's going to talk in an American accent.
2 headlines same week. 1. The Department of Homeland Security is asking to buy a $70 million luxury jet with a bedroom, showers, and a bar to be used for deportations and cabinet travel. The U.S. State Department is telling Americans in the Middle East.
So that's a quite large generation, comes in at 600 seconds. So here I tested a music video, so loaded up this image of this girl, and here's the track, one of my more popular ones.
J'irai où ton souffle nous mène, dans les pays d'ivoire et d'ébène.
Here was the output.
J'irai où ton souffle nous mène, dans les pays d'ivoire et d'ébène.
And that 1280 by 720 generation took 166 seconds, so 2.5 minutes. Now, given that time, that is a very good generation. But here's what I had done in infinite talking, and the infinite talking version took 10 minutes.
Voici les perles, les bijoux, aussi l'or autour de ton cou, les fruits bien mûrs au goût de miel. Ma vie a
If you're after high fidelity and sheer quality, and I'm still going with the infinite talk, but honestly, I'm impressed by this LTX model, and I'll keep working on these lip-sync generation workflows and see how far we can push it with the 2-stage. And so I also tested and I've put out on Patreon the GGUF text to video and image to video workflows. And here's a few tests I've done on those. So if I'm being honest, there was some issues with the text rendering when it comes to the Q4 model. Even the Q8 model struggles a lot of the time, but it's a bit of trial and error. I managed to get a few good renders. And honestly, I'm testing to see how I can improve it. So these are still work in progress, but you can get some really good renders out of it. So that was the text to video pipeline. And here's a couple other generations I've done. And there's also the image to video pipeline, which is a little bit more stable, as in you have more control over the generation. Obviously, providing the input image gives the model something to work with. And there is one more thing worth mentioning before we wrap up. Everything you just watched, every parameter, every setting, every generate command can be controlled without touching ComfyUI at all. This is the API workflow version of this exact pipeline. Instead of opening ComfyUI, loading the workflow, adjusting the nodes and hitting generate, you can send a message on Telegram, natural language, tell the agent what you want. It can load the image and the audio, adjust the parameters and fire the job to ComfyUI through the API, and you get the results back straight to your Telegram once it's done. Change the frame count, swap the model, adjust the resolution, all from your phone, all without touching a single node. That is what an agentic pipeline actually looks like in practice. Not a demo, not a concept, a real running system on real hardware that you control with plain language from anywhere. I've been using the Qwen 3.5 35B model, and it's well capable of running this agentic system. It's a local model, so the entire setup is local, no API calls to anyone. The API version of this workflow is on Patreon. It is the same workflow you saw today, built to run headless through the ComfyUI API so your agent can call it directly. The link is below. Now guys, if you want me to make deeper dive videos into the entire setup of the agentic system, or you want to see more ComfyUI, make sure to put it in the comments. I'll be dropping more videos here soon. So until the next one, stay well. Manny, over and out.